Hey, I'm Martha. Welcome to my sewing studio. Today I'm going to open a bag of fabrics that I purchased in Japan in October. It is now late February, so I'm well overdue to open it. I can't remember what's in there. My shopping experience this time in Japan was a little bit hectic, which I'll get into as I open the fabrics. So I just can't remember what's in there. If you're wondering why I waited so long to open these fabrics, it's because I just enjoy the delayed gratification. I like forgetting what I've bought and kind of getting to experience that excitement again, especially after having been to a place like Japan where I tend to get kind of overwhelmed. Let's get into it. Let's take a look. I think what I'll do is I'll take all of these out. And then down here at the bottom, I have a piece of denim. Okay. Okay, honestly, taking everything out, it feels kind of reasonable. Let's see, where should we begin? Whew. I think I was nervous that not everything would fit into my stash. I mean, I'm trying not to add to my stash in general, but this will fit. I'm gonna start with this. This is a piece of denim. I'm trying to remember. I think I bought this in Kyoto. I'm gonna have to look through trip notes. Probably enough to make a pair of jeans and then some. It is a beautiful non-stretch denim. This is not like a really fancy Japanese selvage denim. This is kind of just a regular cotton denim. But I would say in terms of like pricing and quality and what you get for your money, things like a cotton denim over there tend to always be nicer. I find that when I'm shopping here in the States, there's often like spandex or some polyester or something, and that's not the case here. And typically 100% cotton fabric is not very expensive in Japan. So there's just a lot of value to be had there, and I think this will make a really wonderful pair of jeans for me. So one of the reasons that my fabric shopping experience on this trip was so hectic is because the day that we set aside to go to Nippori Textile Town in Tokyo was a holiday in Japan. I'm not really sure what the holiday was, but it was the equivalent of like a 3-day weekend and us going on the Monday, and it was a big shopping day. So everyone was out, like every neighborhood we went to, people were just shopping, they were out with their families, eating in restaurants, etc. And usually when we go to Nippori, we set aside a morning and it's very quiet and I take my time and I'm able to shop in this leisurely way, go into all the stores, maybe say, oh, I'll come back to this one later and I have time to come back, that type of thing. But it was just slammed. The lines for checkout were very long, so I was not able to have that typical experience. It felt very frenzied. First bag from Tomato. And it is pronounced tomato. When you go to Nippori, there are multiple locations of tomato and each one has a different specialty. So some have higher end fabrics. One is just for haberdashery and trim and things like that. One is a discount store. So they all have different sort of niche purposes. Yes, at this location, all fabrics are 1 meter for 100 yen. So when we were there, that would mean 1 meter of fabric was like 80 cents or something like that. So very inexpensive, but that's not reflective of the quality. The fabrics are nice. Here's what I got. I'm not sure which one's which, but one of these fabrics I got 5 yards, probably this one, and the other I got 7 yards. This is a very lightweight, crinkly poly chiffon. I don't normally go for polyester, but this fabric is really, really gorgeous. I also think if I were going to be making a silk dress and I wanted to make a mock-up or a muslin, this would be a beautiful option for that. Okay, this one where I got the 7 meters, I've been saying yards and meters, I think interchangeably. It's always gonna be meters in Japan. This one is 100% cotton and it's like a dobby weave. So it's sheer. It has this sort of circular checkerboard pattern. This is beautiful. I wonder how this is going to look after I wash it. I will definitely be laundering this one before using it. But it's super feather lightweight. Wow, 7 meters. Okay, that's great. I can definitely make sort of an elaborate dress out of this. I'm thinking like one of my vintage nightgown dresses where it's like fluffy and puffy and there's a lot of gathering. Maybe there's ruffles or flounces. I'm excited. That's a good one. Okay, next. Woo, Okay, this is from the main branch of Tomato, which is my favorite one to visit, if I'm honest. Like, if you only had time for one store, I would say go to the main Tomato. It's multiple floors. It is a bit overwhelming in there, but even if you just did a couple of floors, you know, if you looked at the key inside and said, I only want to look at cotton and, you know, maybe coating or something, you could go to those 2 floors and just see the things that you want to see. I can see through here. It's gonna be good. Okay, I got trim. Oh, these are lovely. Okay. I have 3 different trims. To give you an idea of pricing, I have 4.8 meters of this. It's like an entre-deux trim. I love using this kind of trim. I've used it in many projects. And I paid $288. This is honestly less than $2.50 for 4.8 meters, it's like 5 yards. Amazing. Here is a similar trim, finer, smaller size, 5 meters for 300 yen. Again, the dollar was very strong when we were there. The rate was really good. We're off to a good start. This is a beautiful, I would say, handkerchief weight linen. I'm very pleased with this, wow. I did make myself a pants and top set out of a similar fabric last summer, and I loved wearing it. I felt really cute in it. There were a few things I would have changed if I made it again. So now I have the opportunity to either make another set incorporating my preferences, or I could make a dress with this. I think this would also be really pretty as a dress. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Very happy with that. Oh, cute. Okay, I have 1 meter of this. It's quilting cotton. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It features the animals of the Lunar New Year. So there's like a rooster, a tiger, a snake, a rabbit, a ram, a dragon. This is obviously an amazing option for fussy cutting and quilting. And I think that's why I got this with that in mind. Gosh, that's very cute. So I have 1 meter of that. Also a good fussy cutting option. But I know I bought this to make myself pajamas. Oh my gosh, these little cats. That's cute. I wonder how much I have here. Maybe 3 meters. Vintage Time presented by Kai Fabrics. Wow. Good job, me. Okay. 12,540 yen, so honestly about $10. Isn't that crazy? Also, I'm doing very rough translations with dollars to yen, so you can run it through a calculator if you want to be super precise. Okay. Another bag. Oh, cute. Oh, I wish I bought more of this. I'm guessing this is just 1 meter, but what a perfect purple. I have a quilt on the floor over there. I'm like, this might be good in the mix of that quilt. I love using a bandana fabric in my quilts, so I'm sure that's why I got this. It's really cute. I only wish I had gotten more. Okay, now, the reason this is wrapped in all this plastic is it's like hardcore indigo. When you buy this indigo fabric at Tomato, bolts are individually wrapped in plastic, and then when you go to buy them, the employees put on gloves, like latex gloves, and then they immediately bag it like this, and they also show you the warning, basically, that it's gonna rub off on other things, that the dye can transfer, which, if you're buying indigo, hopefully you already know that's going to happen. Oh, this is so pretty. Super dark blue indigo. This is a cotton fabric. I would say a lightweight bottom weight fabric. Like I would probably make a very lightweight sort of overshirt jacket, or what I really wanted to make with this is pants. But it is 100% cotton. As you can see, it's a very dark indigo. This will probably fade so beautifully. It's just very exciting. It's not the kind of fabric that you could easily get here in the States. So to me, this is like the most special piece that I bought. Do a little comparison here. So this is indigo. This, I mean, it might be indigo, I don't know. It might be a synthetic indigo. I'll have to wash it to find out, really have to wash and wear it. But you can see how much darker and just richer this color is. It's just an incredibly rich color. Okay, the final fabric is actually Jason's. Jason's my fiance. So his is also an indigo. It actually really smells like indigo, this one. No, less so. Kind of like a herbal smell. So this one costs 3,180 yen. So if you're just doing like a super rough estimate, that is like $31 per meter, but it was less. It's probably about $25 a meter. So probably about $100 for this, which like you literally can't purchase this fabric in the US. Look how dark it is. I don't know if it's gonna come across on screen. It's like glowing, just the craziest indigo color. Let me show you, because I think that's what they did here with the receipt. Yeah, transfers. So this one's very eager to release its dye, and what it's called when a dyed fabric transfers onto another material, it's called crocking. That is the textile terminology. So this is gonna crock very easily. I think if a garment is made from this, he will have to be very careful where he wears it. But Jason got this, he wanted to make like a jacket or something. It's a pretty stiff fabric, but as with like Japanese denim or anything like that, I think the stiffness of the fabric lends itself to beautiful wear. This isn't a denim. This kind of fabric is traditionally worn by like firefighters. I mean, this is just a really gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. So these were our most special purchases, these two. I'm gonna put this one back in here. Let's be safe. I'm delighted. If I'm honest, usually I buy more fabric than this. I was a little bit restrained. I was a little bit shopped out. The sheer number of people in the store was crazy. Like I said at the beginning, usually when I go, there's like not very many people there. And it was packed. I'm glad I got the things I did. They all feel special. They all feel like things I wouldn't be able to find here in the States, or at least not easily, or at least not for these prices. So I'm thrilled with my purchases. I'm looking forward to making stuff with them. So stay tuned for that. I am new to YouTube, so please like and subscribe this video if you enjoyed it. Please leave me any questions you might have in the comments. I'm looking forward to making more videos, hopefully getting a little bit better at making videos. But if you like and subscribe, it does help the channel get like pushed out into the algorithm. You can also find me on Instagram and my blog. And yeah, I'll see you soon.